Alright, time now is 7:49 a.m. in the morning on July 19th? Jesus, it's already the 19th. I slept from 12 at midnight, I think around 12:30 actually, 12:30 to 7:30. That's not bad. That's 7 hours. It's genuinely not bad. But at 3 a.m., I suddenly woke up and my back and like my entire body was completely wet because of sweating. And I don't know why. I think it's because my AC is really weak. But also maybe I'm sick, so my throat right now, it's hurting even more. And I'm expecting it to get worse in the coming few days. But yeah, I think I'm sick. I think I'm getting sick. I think it's just weather sickness. I'm getting sick because the weather's rapidly changing. So, again, partially, maybe it's because I went from a very dry place to a very wet place. Maybe it's the heat. But I started getting sick after getting my hair cut, so maybe I got the sickness from there. I don't know. Either way, I'll have to pull through. But yeah, when my body was sweating, I was still half dreaming. So I thought I had to take off my clothes, and my clothes are being shipped somewhere. And they're being pushed around on a tray or something. And I don't know. And then turns out I'm alone on my bed. What the heck? Yeah. So, bad-ish news. Turns out my mom's rich friend wants to have dinner with us. And originally it was going to be Sunday night. But that's turned into Saturday night. So originally I was going to see the couple of film people on Saturday night to discuss my short film. That's not happening. I have to cancel that and postpone that. Another thing is Michelle is alive and well. She responded to me this morning. I was fully expecting her to not even talk to me for like 2 months. Maybe it's because I pissed her off or something, but thankfully my newly formed brain with a bit of self-esteem tells me that there's probably other reasons, like maybe she's hospitalized or her phone broke or some stupid thing like that. Getting hospitalized is not stupid, it's real, but phone breaking. But yeah, she just responded, so for the first time in, I don't know, I should count how many days it's been. It's the 19th, I came back, so I arrived on the 12th, so 12 is day 1, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, day 8. Day 8, motherfuckers. So yeah, it's day 8, day 8 out of 38, so the clock is ticking. I woke up, I didn't need to wake up this early actually, but I want to wake up early because I want to film a review. So, yeah, I'm going to quickly film an Eminem album review and then I'm going to dash. And tonight I'll probably directly go to bed, but if I can, please, I want to watch a movie or something before bed. Because I keep running out of time doing simple freaking things. So, yeah. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to add. I didn't even draw last night. I was just too tired. I need to practice drawing. I need to be good at drawing before September, okay? But yeah, that's it. That's all.
冇擔好食，係咪呢個冇擔好食？
Okay, time now is 12:09 after midnight. I just got back home and just took a shower, and here I am. Uh, yeah, yeah, so, fuck me, I guess? So today I spent the entirety of the day, 100%, basically, for my mom's company's concert, musical event. Again, just like yesterday. Woke up at 7:30. I managed to squeeze a little time, a teeny tiny time out of the morning to film an Eminem album review. It's actually like I like the fact that I am busy doing something, I have things to do, but I very much dislike the fact that because of my mom's company, several days worth of YouTube videos and movies slash animes and other shit like practicing drawing, editing my short film subtitles, editing the Film 33 documentary, all of those things are postponed. Like, imagine the amount of things I am capable of doing in 3 days, or more actually, but can't because of this silly concert. But let's not call it silly for a moment because it is an impressive feat. It is huge. I woke up at around 7:30. I left. I did the Eminem review and I was planning to leave at 8:30, but I didn't finish reviewing until 8:30, and I still have to eat breakfast, which is pancakes. I ate it very fast, and then at around 8:50, me and my brother left. We somehow speed ran to the venue, and that took like 45 minutes. We arrived there, and the moment we got indoors, it started raining extremely heavily. It's crazy. I miss rain. It's been raining for a week straight. It's crazy, and it will rain for one more week straight, and maybe more. Maybe my entire stay in Hong Kong will be raining, which might be a good thing for my short film, who knows. But anyways, I digress. We arrived, and I took up my camera, and we began filming. And I thought that yesterday I've already filmed enough because, like, I already filmed everything I saw. But I guess not, because today I feel like I filmed even more shit. Because yesterday I filmed mostly quote-unquote grip stuff. You know, my brother and other people from the company wearing all black, moving things and setting things up. But today I focused on so many other stuff, like the parent volunteers, mostly middle-aged women in purple and pink shirts are responsible for volunteering, so they also move shit. They also give out rice boxes or lunch. They give out drinks. I also filmed people in light blue shirts who are from another company, also volunteering. I also filmed a bunch of other things. Filmed a lot today. You know, I don't actually have to film this much. I feel like I filmed at least maybe 4 to 5 hours worth of material. I'm gonna edit all that down to 2 minutes. Like, there's so much shit that I don't need, but here's the thing, man. I love filming shit. You give me a camera, I'm gonna film all the time, and I'm gonna tire myself out, which is what happened today. So today the school has multiple floors. It has the first floor, ground floor, second floor. I went up and down probably like 7 or 8 times today, just because I want to, just because, oh my god, what's happening upstairs? I want to film that, you know? Again, I don't have to, but you give me a camera, I just have this tendency of going all over the place to film as much as possible, because that's just my personality. And it's great because I'm not alone. There's a couple of photographers from another company, from a media company, and then Chunhua and his friend also did a lot of filming. Yeah, and I got to speak with them a little bit. So today there's both lunch and dinner, and both of them are also provided by Cafe de Coral. For lunch I had bolognese spaghetti, Hong Kong styled, and for dinner I had this tomato cheese chicken baked rice. And for dinner I got to talk with Chunhua and his friend for a little bit. It was a very small conversation because by the time I started eating, they're already finishing. But essentially this friend took film production at BU and just graduated. And he's doing a little bit of everything now, videography, stuff like that, which is fucking sad. The only film school in Hong Kong, you just graduated, and there are no working prospects. You know, moments like this make me feel lucky for being able to study in LA, because despite being an immigrant, I have more work prospect. Like, I have a lot more opportunities ahead of me, but for most of the people who graduate film school here, it's like, I don't know, wedding videography, fucking editing a commercial. Like, what else can you do? But yeah, but it's good that Chunhua is friendly with me. Maybe all this walking around and moving and being tired and there being so fucking hot, it's either really hot and sunny or it's extreme heavy rain, and it switches back and forth. Sometimes I feel like people just don't want to hang out with me. For a moment I even thought that maybe it's the way I look, like my tall nose and my deep eye socket makes me look Asian, and I think maybe there's a little xenophobia, like if the person doesn't look like me completely, then why talk to that person? And maybe that's why I'm more accepted in LA, because Angelinos don't care about people who look different. But I feel like I'm just making crazy theories. Like, I don't know, people are just busy, but sometimes I do think that people don't want to talk to me. But it's just me. I'm delusional, actually. But yeah, you know, I filmed a lot of shit today. There are a few moments where kids, they see me holding my camera and they're like, "You again? You're kind of weird." And they would do weird poses in front of the camera, which I kind of like. It gets a little annoying at times, but it's like, oh, sure, you know, I'm filming, that's my job. But yeah, I got to, like, because I filmed a lot of, like, volunteers, I got to speak with them a little bit. Some interesting adventures, mini adventures. Yeah, the concert happened twice, once at around 3 p.m. to 5, another one from 7 to from 8 to 10, I think. And when my mom said we will return home at 10:30, I thought we will arrive home at 10:30. Turns out she meant we'll leave the venue at 10:30. But even so, we didn't leave until like 11 something, because my mom's taking photos with people. And normally I'd feel impatient, but you know what? It's a big event. I get it. So I waited and waited and waited. So yeah, I originally thought that I could still go home and just watch a film tonight and edit video, edit my review, and draw. I've been meaning to practice draw for a whole week. But once again, I can't fucking do that. So tomorrow I'm going to try to watch 2 movies and 6 episodes of anime in the same day, which is probably going to take 4 hours. It's not impossible, actually. Not 4 hours. It's probably going to take more than that. 5 hours. Plus going to my mom's rich friend's place. Fuck me. Plus 2 YouTube videos. But yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I met a lot of people today. Like, some people I used to know, like my mom's friends, you know. But yeah, I also didn't pee for 15 hours, as expected. Usually I'm on. It feels like a film set, but really it's not a film set, but it feels like a film set. Usually when I'm on set, I don't pee. Like, I just. Like, my stress, or I guess it's not stress, but like, my mental state makes me forget about my urges, like peeing, or even hunger sometimes. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, when I'm on set, I don't get hungry. For me, it's when I'm on set, I don't pee, because I just forget that feeling, I guess. But yeah, fuck. At least I'm getting money for this. Legally. Reasonably. It's not like my mom's taking company funds and giving it to me. Except she actually is doing that. So. But it's reasonable because I did do some shit. But yeah. It's very lame actually. So my plan right now, I'm actually just gonna edit my Eminem review like as fast as possible right now, and then I'm gonna go to bed after this. My throat is hurting even more. I have a canker sore under my tongue. Fuck. It's fine. This will pass. But the upside to getting a sore throat is my voice is very deep, which makes it perfect for filming reviews and all that jazz. So yeah. Also, my teeth is hurting. Maybe it's because I haven't worn my retainer for a very long time. Okay, time now is 10:55 a.m. in the morning on July 20th. Fuck me, my voice. One good thing about having a sore throat is I get to have the deepest voice in the history of me. So yeah, I slept from 12:50, so around 1 a.m. all the way till 10:30, no interruptions. No, actually I did wake up at around 8-ish, but it was a very long sleep, a very long and sweet sleep. I'm rejuvenated, I'm re-energized, I feel good, aside from my throat. Honestly, my sore throat doesn't even hurt that bad. It's just, it feels like there's this piece of rock here at my larynx, or pharynx. I think it's pharynx. But yeah. So this is good. This is good for my YouTube videos. So now I'm not worried about not having the right voice for my YouTube videos. But yeah, I had a small dream and it's really sad and depressing. It's about leaving. Like, I'm leaving Hong Kong again, and I and my mom and my brother have to say goodbye to someone or something, and it's like, there's nothing I can do because it's the end, kind of situation. Which is very nice because I think that's exactly how I want my short film to feel. So maybe I can include some of that, Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't know. Today I'm gonna try to watch 2 movies and 6 episodes of anime, which is absolutely fucking insane, but I'm gonna try. Meanwhile, at around 3:30-ish, I'm going to leave, because we're going to my mom's rich friend's place. Which is stupid, because I'm not close with any of them, any of my mom's friends or my mom's friends' children, even though my mom's friends' children are closer to my brother. So I'm just gonna be there, and I'm just gonna watch anime on my phone because I can. I hate doing that, but I've done it before, so might as well. And maybe write screenwriting, script writing, stuff like that. I'm not gonna bring my laptop over because it's a huge chunk of metal, but yeah, I'm just gonna use my phone, I guess. And that's pretty much it for today. I'm also gonna call Wang, the Macanese composer, a little bit later, after I finish breakfast. So that's that. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to talk about. I'm gonna just focus on YouTube and watching movies. Yeah, I don't know. Zara's at Italy. I think Leia's still in Thailand, but if she comes back, we can hang out. Just the two of us. Actually, when's the last time I and Leia, just the two of us, hung out, you know? When's the last time? I genuinely forgot, because whenever I'm with her, it's always with somebody else, like either with Pink or if it's with Zara and Miriam. She sort of switched friends group after the whole, you know, coming out as trans thing. I don't know. And then Miriam's still at Sydney, Australia. I'm down to hang with Cedric and Leia, you know, once or twice, no worries. Potter's coming, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually hang out with Potter because he has a girlfriend now. I don't know if I'll hang out with Natalie either because she has a boyfriend now. But yeah, maybe I could see Natalie once. Maybe just once, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, but seeing Shenhua again yesterday is good because now I think it's more likely he will say yes to helping me shoot my short film. It'll be cool if he brings along his friend too. But yeah, when having dinner last night with them, his friend was like, oh, you know, instead of focusing on filming, I want to actually just travel when I'm young because I'm not going to do that when I'm older. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, but it's also going to cost. So, yeah, I don't know. But again, I feel bad for them because, yeah, I feel bad for them because, like, I have so much career prospects coming out of LA. They have, like, nothing. In Hong Kong, they have nothing. So, yikes, you know?
錦上路啊 ，Kam Shan Road， 300米之後轉右，八鄉啊。
Turn right onto Kam Shan Road.
轉右㗎。 Still big wall 你講嘛
Scary. Haunted house. Ghost inside.
You want to stay there? If they give you this one, you want to stay?
No.
Oh, why?
There's a ghost inside.
Really?
I don't know.
It's just because they don't use Where they can
Time now is 2:22 a.m. in the morning. It's late as fuck. I just finished editing my mini movie review video. I edited it for about a little bit more than an hour, which is surprisingly short given the circumstances. But yeah, anyways, today I still couldn't rest, even though I had a very good sleep. But I also spent a good chunk of time outside of my apartment, not being able to do what I want to do, which is nothing. Few things. First things first, I Instagram called Wang, the Macanese producer, and it was a little awkward at first, given that it's like the second time we've ever talked. She just got out of a hospital, and we talked, and it was nice. She asked me, some questions about my project, and she said she's working on music for View TV, which is a pretty huge deal, even though it's probably for a very shitty TV show, but it is still one of the two most, and there are only two, but still one of the most biggest TV stations in Hong Kong, and she's writing music for a TV show, which is a pretty huge deal. So the conversation went well. I explained my project to her, and then at the very end of the call, she said that she asked me what's my music budget, and I'm like, I don't know. And then she asked me, because, I charge people. And at that moment, I was like, oh, okay. And then a little bit later, she DM'd me saying, so I usually charge people $150 per minute. And I told her I need around 3 minutes of music. And she's like, okay, I know you're like student and this is a small project, so I'm gonna charge you a bit less on the down low. So normally it's $150 to $200 per minute. If I give you 3 minutes, you can pay $300. And I know she's already charging really little, but Jesus fucking Christ, 300. So I don't know. Honestly, it's not that crazy, and maybe it's worth it. Maybe if this short film goes really well, maybe it's super freaking worth it, and this end credits music. If the whole short film looked really great, and then suddenly it ends on some shitty music, it's gonna ruin everything. So maybe it's worth it. I don't know yet. But again, we had a very nice phone call. But the thing is, I could just ask Retablo to do it for me, but here's the pros and cons, I and Retablo were good friends, and he makes music for me because he is legitimately passionate about whatever I do, which is great, because I'd rather work with someone who's passionate, but not as experienced, than someone who's super experienced, but not as passionate. But maybe for Wang's case, she's really fucking experienced. She just graduated SCA, and she told me she does a little bit of everything. She does horror, she does sci-fi. The only two things she don't do is jazz and rock, which is a bummer because I freaking love jazz. And also 300 is not much. Everybody's looking for her to make music, it really ain't much, but I don't know, for me it is a lot, and I'm uploading my YouTube shit now. For people it's not a lot, but for me it's a lot, So I really don't freaking know. I sent her the script, and I sent her my past short films, and if she's interested, if she seems like she's passionate about it and that she's gonna come up with something legitimately good, then maybe the $300 is worth it. We'll see. I haven't made the decision yet. So that's one thing. The next thing is, at around 3:30, my mom drove us to the rich friend's place. They live in bumfuck nowhere in Yuen Long, a place that I've been interested in seeing but never got to see. But it's just bumfuck nowhere, farms, random randomly arranged roads. But they don't live on a farm. They live at a 4-story mansion at one of the nicer spots at that place. And yeah, rich people does rich people things. They show off their really nice big house, and they have like 3 fridges. And yeah, for the most part, I just sat on the sofa with my phone, just thinking about rewriting my scripts, and mostly nothing. But also I feel sick. I don't know why. My throat is hurting. I had running nose, but also at the same time, I felt a little dizzy and a little headache. So yeah, we left, but by the time we left, it was like 10:45-ish. Came back home, took a shower. I planned to watch Haikyuu, 5 episodes of anime plus 1 movie. Can't even do that. Don't have the time. I did finish 1.5 episodes of anime, so at least that's that, plus a movie. I had to skip around, but I did finish a movie before I left, which is very impressive. And then of course the mini movie review, which I filmed earlier today, and finally finished editing. I'm gonna go to bed at 3 tonight, which is terrible. It sucks, but you know what? Who cares? And that's it. So tomorrow at 9 p.m., at 8 p.m. I'm gonna leave, and at 9 p.m. I'm gonna arrive at Sunpo Kong to meet up with the film people, which is super late, I know, but it's whatever. Because they're not free on Monday and Wednesday next week, and Monday, Wednesdays are the 2 days I'm free next week anyways. So that's it for today. They even, my mom's rich friends, they're even planning to go to church tomorrow morning and have lunch together. I can't. I don't want to, and I can't, okay? I need to have a good night's sleep and just watch movies and relax, because I fucking can't, okay? Give me some time to do my own shit. So yeah. It sucks. It's already July 21st and I have less than 1 month here, and I still haven't found the actors for my short film. I really need to start doing that. I could have started doing that a few days ago, but I can't because I'm caught up in my mom's company shit. So anyways, here I am. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed now. Bye bye. Yippee-ki-yay. Time now is 11:13 a.m. on July 21st. 7:21. What's special about 7:21? 5 years ago, something really bad happened. At Yunlong. So that's that. So anyways, today I slept from 3 a.m. to 10:40. 7 hours and 40 minutes. Naturally woke up because I was drooling on my bed, and that woke me up. I cleaned it up, but yeah. Usually when I'm drooling, it's because my mouth is hurting. So yeah, I have a sore under my tongue, but also I have a sore throat, which is making things worse because it's getting worse. So today I'm gonna try. My mom and everything is going to church. I'm gonna just focus on my own writing. Writing, and also just watching movies. I have 2 movies and 4 episodes of anime to watch now. The movie I was supposed to watch last night got pushed to today. And that's pretty much it. That's as simple as is. That's it. Nothing special. I also need to start applying for jobs for the next semester. Because I'm in desperation for money. I'm desperate for money. So I'm going to start applying for jobs. I think USC has moved on to a different website or a different platform now. So we'll see. But I'm just gonna apply to 14, 15, 20 jobs. If I have to apply to 30, I will. If 40, I will. If 50, I will. If 60, I will. I will write as many cover letters as possible because I'm desperate for money. And I want the school to see how desperate I am. I want the school to pity me. And I want the school to know that I really, really need money to the point where I will sacrifice my mental well-being just to get a little dime. That's how much of a beggar I am. I will take the beggar mentality to an extreme, and I will make people uncomfortable by begging so much money. It's gonna be insane, okay? Got my throat. So yeah, one upside to having a sore throat is a really deep voice, so that really worked. Yeah, aside from that, I don't have much else. I need to begin looking for actors. Last night I DM'd Cliff. I texted Cliff and asked him about a lighting question. And I don't want Cliff to ignore me because I always send him memes, but this time around it's suddenly serious. But Cliff did answer, so yeah, that's good. That's cool. And I don't have much else to talk about. Tonight at 8 p.m. I'm gonna leave my place and go all the way to Kowloon, North Kowloon, to speak to the film people that I met last Tuesday. And yeah, hopefully things go well. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I have nothing else to talk about, nothing else to add. My life is really plain and simple, actually, right now. And yeah, it's not like round 3. Like back in round 3, I had many things to talk about, like Leslie to Film 33 to other shit. But in here, I just don't have a lot of things to talk about. No, my life isn't that dense. I don't have that much to worry about. Even in round 4, I guess, like, I had USC, I had multiple things going on for me, but now I just, like, plain nothing. When I have nothing, I have nothing. That's very simple. But yeah, you know what, let me text Leia and text Cedric and see when are they free. So, maybe I can hang out with them a couple times, because I've been, how many days has it been? 10? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Day 10 out of 38. So, 28 days left. Yeah. 10 days and I still haven't hung out with anyone. Hilarious. I've been here. I remember I played LARP with Zara, and I think Miriam was here too. Here we are, fancy schmancy. Okie dokie, 10:40 p.m. Going home. Yikes. Okay, time now is 1:12 a.m. in the morning. I'm tired. I also feel kind of bloated. Nothing all that interesting happened today. Spent most of the day at home, watching a film, filming reviews, editing a college update video. Pretty productive thus far. The thing is, I wasn't really that hungry today for some reason. After coming back to Hong Kong, I get hungry really often in the morning because of jet lag, but recently I've reverted back to Hong Kong time, so I don't really get hungry in the morning anymore, which is weird, and I feel like that's partially because I am a little sick and my appetite is gone or diminished. But in the morning, I eat cereal, and cereal is like nothing. You know, cereal is like 250 calories or like 300 calories. It's nothing. Like, but I wasn't really that hungry. I ate some cookies from the airplane, and then afterwards, it's like I wasn't really that hungry. At around 3 p.m., my mom came back and she bought me some rice, and it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's like a lot for some reason. It's Tai Hing, which is interesting because I haven't had Tai Hing for a long time. It's just chashu, chicken, duck, rice with milk tea, which is funny because I really crave milk tea, but I feel like lately I've been drinking a little too much milk tea. So my mom's like, oh, tonight, you know, we're gonna have lamb chops and we're gonna have a Greek salad, some Western food for dinner. And I'm like, okay, but I need to leave at 8 p.m. And my mom's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Also, my brother's not at home right now. He's having sleepover at my mom's rich friend's place. And my brother couldn't stand them because the AC broke, and yeah, my mom had a fallout with them, but they, you know, we sort of reunited slightly awkwardly last night, and my brother stayed, but my mom told my brother about this fallout, so my brother being the 15-year-old that is also conscious about adult drama, he immediately felt uncomfortable being there, so he just wanted to leave. But he decided to stay again for another night anyways, because like, why the hell not? So anyways, I digress. So my mom forgot that I had to leave, so we had lamb chops anyway, but I didn't eat any food before I left. So at around 7 p.m. I had some salad, I had some cheese and prosciutto, and then I just left. At 8-ish I left, and then at around 8:50, very punctual, even a little early, I arrived at their little studio, which is this small room in one of those industrial buildings where they just rent out rooms to people. It's funny, this place is at Sunpo Kong, which is a place that I rarely go to, but apparently I've been there. Like, I've been there maybe a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, when I did a LARPing session with Zara, and I believe Miriam was there. But it was a different building, but it's similar industrial area. It's really interesting. Usually in LA at around 10 p.m.-ish, there's no people, but today at around 11 p.m. when I was leaving the place, there's still people on the streets, and a lot of people inside the MTR. So it's actually really nice. Very populated. But yeah, I entered the place and turned out really well. So there were 2 film people I saw last Tuesday at lunch. There's a writer guy and there's an AD guy. So today the writer guy didn't show up because he's busy doing something else. The AD guy showed up, and we actually had a pretty productive conversation about, you know, what to do, what's the next step. He actually helped me plan out, like, it wasn't a shot list, but it was more like what locations are needed, what characters are needed. Which I guess in a way it's kind of a shot list, but I don't know. But it went pretty well, and then I had to explain what's going on. And then a little bit later, another guy joined. So there's another dude, but I never really talked to him. But another guy joined, this tall dude who looks like an anime villain. He has that villain face. And apparently he's like a DP kind of guy. He's more like a not photography, more like, you know, videography kind of guy, you know, and lighting guy. The AD guy told me that he could be my DP. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he sat down on the couch and both of them started smoking. And they're like, you're good with smoking, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they didn't really ask me, because for some reason the AD guy thought he already smoked in front of me one time, even though that never happened. So at first it was a little awkward. I just met this dude. And he's like, so, you know, what's your plan? What's your short film? So I started explaining my short film. Also, apparently he's also 21 years old, which is fucking crazy. I thought he's like 26 or 27 or something, because he looks old. He looks older, he's tall, and he has a very deep voice, and I don't know, I always expect people to be older than me. But he was like, oh, are you 2002? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, me too. And I'm like, so knowing someone's equally the same age as me, I treat them differently. I don't know why. I just subconsciously treat people differently, depending on whether they're older, same age, or younger than me. So apparently she's also studying in university. And the 80 guy is 30 something, like 34 or something. And the 80 guy was like, yeah, when I first met him, I thought he's 25. Turns out he's like 21. Anyways, we started talking, and he's like, what are your inspirations? Like, do you have any references? Explain your short film. So I explain the general premise. I explain my inspirations. And at first it's a little awkward and just a tiny bit awkward. My biggest inspiration is Api Chapamita Setakul, but obviously when I explained this artsy Thai director to them, it's like, confusing. And then he asked me about like visuals, and he's almost explaining filmmaking to me a little bit, because he's like, it's best if you give me like a visual idea, you know, like a mood board or like a reference visually, because the Thai film you showed me is very plain, like a soap opera. There's not a lot of contrast, and I don't know what to work with. Like, what's your message, or like what feeling are you trying to achieve? And then I showed another like clip. I showed Edward Young's Yi Yi, one of my favorites, and he's like, okay, now I know what this is. So it's not like he's completely out of touch with art house cinema, because he studied in film a couple of years in HKBU, Film Academy of Film. So I guess he also came across some movies. He actually used Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac as one of the examples for low contrast cinematography, which I find hilarious. But yeah, I was like, oh, you know, my style is actually very Edward Young. And he's like, wow, Yi, okay, this movie's a mindfuck. I saw this film when I was really young. And I'm like, oh, really? And then we talked, and as it turns out, we got along, actually. Like, he was like, oh, have you seen Trainspotting? And then I explained my film, and I explained that there's a little magical realism, and I brought up Murakami Haruki and Burning, and he's like, oh yeah, I know, you know. And then he's like, oh, have you seen this film? Have you seen Trainspotting? You know, it's a little magical realism. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it, actually. As it turns out, and then he asked me if I've seen any Jang Woon films, and I'm like, I haven't. But as it turns out, we do get along quite well. And I thought it would be very difficult for me to explain my short film. Turns out, not really. Turns out, it's not really that difficult to explain. I just need to find the right way to explain something, you know. And I just need to break it down into smaller, simpler parts. But visually and feeling-wise, it's not that difficult to explain somehow. Like, Actually, my short film is basically Edward Young with a touch of Murakami, and actually basically Apichapon Widasetaku. Like, yeah, you know, it's not that difficult to explain once you have the terms. So we got along very well, and he told me, oh, so when you find your DP, you need to synchronize with them. They need to know your style. And first of all, I have like less than 1 month left before I leave. I'm not going to be able to randomly find a person who perfectly understands my style and my taste. Like, that's impossible. I got Cliff, who is the closest person, the person closest to be able to do that. But that's because I've been friends with Cliff since 2022, October. And even though we've been friends for like 1.5 years and he helped me shoot Objects in the Mirror, he's not like perfectly in sync with me either, even though he's already really close to being perfectly in sync with me. And then another thing is he's like, oh, you know, you need to find the DP. And I was thinking, aren't you the DP? Or aren't you going to be my DP? So I was like, you know, if you do become my DP, you know, what camera would you use? And he's like, oh, you know, I use Sony FX6, I use Red as well. And then he said, oh, but the reason why I'm telling you to find a DP is because I don't think I'll be available. I may go to some, like, other country next month. And I'm like, oh. Okay. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal, because again, my short film, because he was talking about, you know, lighting and mood board and maybe storyboard and, you know, shot list, and he was talking about inspirations and colors and feelings, and I was like, honestly, it's not that complicated. Like, I made Love and Death with 2 guys or 3 guys, and we didn't have a specific role. We didn't have a DP and sound. We just went in guerrilla styled, and we just did whatever we have to do, you know? My next short film, The World Is Not Enough, should be the same, and maybe even smaller. Like, I don't need multiple people doing lighting. I don't need a key grip. I don't need a key gaffer. Like, I do need some lighting, but I don't need like a specific gaffer. Like, it's so simple. As long as there's a person holding the camera, I'm going to tell the person, move the camera forward, move the camera slightly to the left, move the camera slightly to the right. That's all I need to say. And then it's going to happen. The actors play out their lines and do their action, and then boom, boom, boom. I get the footage, I edit it, boom. It's actually really simple. So, yeah, you know, we'll see. I also brought up the whole composer thing, with Wang being my composer. And the general consensus right now is, let me shoot the short film first. After I get the footage, and then maybe I can see if the footage is good or not. If it's really good, and people seem to like it, then maybe I'll ask Wang. But only if it turned out really freaking good, okay? It's my decision after I film it. So yeah, that's that. It's, you know, sometimes I try to ask a composer to compose music way before even production begins, because I know music takes a very long time and it's good to give people a heads up. But I feel like this is not now. Let's not do this now, okay? We have until the end of 2024, so it's a little bit of time. So that's that. So anyways, we talked for about 1.5 hours. At around 10:30, I left, went to the MTR, came back home, took a shower, and then it's already midnight, and then I had dinner for 40 minutes, and then now I'm here. I'm gonna watch some Haikyuu. I don't think I have time to watch a film today. Don't worry, I'll push it to tomorrow. Tomorrow, home all day. I don't care. So I'm gonna watch a movie tomorrow. I'm gonna watch 2 movies and a movie and a bunch of anime episodes. right now I'm just gonna watch Haikyuu, lots of Haikyuu. I'll draw, and then that's it. End of the day, nothing else. So far that's it. I'm gonna have to really start looking for actors. I'm gonna have to ask my mom's company's colleague to help me graphic design, or at least find somebody to graphic design for me. But yeah, finding actors is the utmost urgent. Yeah, again, like, even without this 80 person, like, if I go completely alone, I feel like I can pull off this short film. I know it's a little confident for me to say something like this, but it's true. I mean, if I can do Love and Death, I can do this. Like, it's Love and Death, but even simpler, actually. Like, come on, you know. So, I don't know, I can just get Chunhwa to film again. I don't know if he's available to film for all 3 of the planned shooting days, but there's Natalie from LMU. Maybe Potter can help out with whatever he can. I just uploaded a video. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple more people who can help would be fine. Like, I don't know, Justin T. Like, it doesn't have to be that crazy. All I need is actors. So, in fact, I can produce it myself. Love and Death is technically completely produced by me. Like, my mom helped me find Seklun, but really, I initiated, like, I found the actress and the actor myself. I found all the locations myself. I planned out the shooting schedule myself. I took care of the catering myself. I produced it, okay? Same here, I can produce my own short. You know, I can plan it out all by myself. It's actually possible because this is too simple. But yeah, finding actors is definitely tough. And again, I'm going back to the 3-3-4 method. 3 things to do is fundraising, location scouting, and finding actors. First 2 things is already done. I'm paying out of my pocket, and I already know all the locations. I just need the actors. The next 3 things is shot list, budget, and schedule. They will be done soon. And the next 4 things, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So yeah, shouldn't be too difficult. Yippee-ki-yay. And I think that's all there is. I still feel kind of sick. Right now I feel a little bloated. But yeah. Okay, time now is 12:19 afternoon. Wow, my crispy voice is leaving me again. But my sore throat is still here. I slept from 3:50 to 11, and then I stayed on my bed for like 1 more hour. Embarrassingly late. And I don't know why. I think insomnia is striking. I think I've slept a little too much in the last few days, and my body's like, okay, don't sleep too much. But I'm gonna try to go to bed a little earlier tonight, anyways. But yeah, last night, yesterday was in general more productive than usual. But instead of watching 2 movies and 4 episodes of anime, I ended up watching 1 movie and 1 episode of anime. So, rip. So today, I guess I'm gonna have to just watch as much as I can for my anime for Haikyuu. I know I won't be able to finish it today, even though I plan to finish it today. But I'm gonna try my best to watch it as much as I can, plus a movie. But good thing is today it's gonna be home all day. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Also last night I drew, which is great. It feels great to draw, actually. And I want to keep this practice. I want to keep, no matter how busy I am, I want to draw every day. And I want to make this a habit, you know. I want to make this a routine because it's important. If you don't draw consistently, you're not going to develop the muscle memory. So I have to draw consistently. So I'm going to draw consistently. I'm going to draw again tonight. I'm going to go to Pinterest. I'm going to download Pinterest, sign up for an account, and start picking photos out and drawing it. I'm going to draw from manga. I'm going to use manga as inspiration. I'm going to use real paintings as inspiration. I'm going to use photos as inspiration. I'm going to practice perspective. I'll practice the Loomis head. I'll practice anatomy. I'll practice, okay? So, yeah. And that is the way I realize this, because the thing is, like, I get all excited and I get all hopeful when I talk about my crazy movie ideas and my crazy TV show ideas, you know, my secondary school drama, which I call Controverse. That is the more updated name. But the thing is, like, what are the chances that it'll actually get made, you know? There's like a 0.0001% chance that I'll even be successful in the first place. And then I have to be successful first before I can get my dream projects made. And even if I'm successful, I still have about 0.01% chance of getting my dream project made. So the chances of my dream project getting made is very low. Even if it gets made, it will probably be different from how I envisioned it, especially with a TV show surrounding kids. Like, it's going to be controversial and there will be changes to the script. So I think it's inevitable that I draw a manga first and make it already an IP first, regardless of how the show turn out or if the show will even get picked up in the first place. I will already have some sort of creation. So I think it's very important for me to actually be a manga artist. And I know that's a whole different road to go down, that there's a whole different world, and it's already really late. A lot of people start drawing manga since they're 14, 15, and by the age of 20, they already start publishing. They're already really good at drawing. Now I'm 21, about to be 22, and I just started, but never too freaking late. I'm gonna draw as much as I can. I'm gonna turn it into manga. I'm gonna send drafts to an editor in Hong Kong, join some competitions, and hopefully that leads me somewhere, you know? Hopefully that leads me somewhere, and yeah, we'll see. And who knows, maybe in LA I would accidentally meet like a publisher or like a comic editor, and maybe that would help me too in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, that's it for today. Just watching movies and drawing and also filming reviews. Very chill. And two more things I have to do is, one, I gotta start looking for jobs again from USC. Number two is I gotta start looking for actors for my short film, plus finding a graphic designer to help me graphic design for a couple of things in my short films. Yeah, I believe I can pull this off. I dreamed about my short film. I dreamed about screening Love and Death to a big audience, but for some reason they played the more accessible version of Love and Death. For some reason I have an alternate cut where there are more camera movements and some boring parts are edited out and it's more exciting. But I hated that cut. I saw it playing and I can see that people are not as impressed, and I wish I could have played the real version, which is slower and artsier. And I was running around, it was like in the mountains or like in the woods or something like that. Yeah, I've been thinking about short film lately. Yesterday morning, I dreamed about how I almost got to Cannes Film Festival, and how there's this producer guy and he worked for Christopher Nolan, and his name is Tommy something, and then I was like, hey, you know, we got a chance to win Cannes. Even though Nolan has never really had a film in Cannes, for some reason in the dream he has, and I was like, hey, you know, you've done great things as a producer, you know, we can reach Cannes. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I spoke with Leia a little bit. Leia will actually return to Hong Kong in a couple of days. But given that she just had surgery, she won't be able to walk too much. So I was like, hey, it's fine. You know, we have a little time. I leave in late August. Like, take a rest first. We can meet up a little later. We don't have to meet so soon. So that's that. But that's great. At least one person is available to hang out. Miriam's in Australia. Zara's in Italy. Natalie's gone AWOL. And I'm gonna text Cedric later. That's pretty much it. Oh, also Pink. Don't know what's she up to. But yeah, today's day 11. I believe day 11 of my stay here out of 38. Already pretty much 1/3 of the way. But yeah, you know, that's that. I'm excited to make my short film. I'm excited to make an artsy, pure, clean, beautiful short film. I'm glad I was able to explain it aesthetically. I think explaining it narratively is one thing. Explaining it aesthetically is another thing. And I was able to explain it aesthetically last night, and it kind of clicked. And I didn't know I could do that, you know? Like, sure, it's like my 8th short film, come on, but like, still very impressive. Oh, also, there's a chance that tonight I and Tova will edit the doc together, which is cool. There's a chance that will happen, right? Yeah. Oakley dokley. Time now is 11:26. Never mind, guys. Okay, time now is 1:54 a.m. in the morning. I just finished editing with Tova, which I thought went really well. But today is day 11 of my stay in Hong Kong, 11 out of 38, and nothing too interesting happened again. I feel like, okay, yeah, I'm going to talk more about that later. Today I said it would be home all day, but turns out I was fucking wrong because I was lied to. Originally the plan is my aunt and my 2 cousins are coming to my place to you know, have dinner, so I would stay at home all day. I can focus on my movies and whatever. However, suddenly after I woke up, my helper told me that we're leaving, that we're going to my cousin's place for dinner instead. So okay, sure, whatever. Not a big deal. It's gonna be a quick dinner anyways. But it's a little, you know, ever since I have come back to Hong Kong, I feel like there hasn't been a day where, I think there was one day where I got to stay at home all day, but low-key I was expecting more time for myself. I don't know why I have to keep leaving. So anyways, I spent a huge chunk of time in the afternoon filming my reaction to the new Jax album, which is terrible. I spent a considerable amount of time editing the review and uploading it. And for some reason it got shadow banned. For some reason I got a bad feeling before I even uploaded to YouTube. I already had a feeling where it's like, okay, what if the video gets shadow banned? Because it says Dear Joe. And given the recent news with Joe Biden stepping down as a president candidate, maybe this is like controversial, and given that there's copyrighted music being played, and also I'm being negative, like what if I get copyright striked or some shit, and then they review it and then they see Dear Joe and then they give me a community strike, community violation or something, like, and then I uploaded it and then for some reason it's not showing in my YouTube studio, like my YouTube studio. I'm supposed to see my own videos, even if it's blocked, even if I get a copyright strike. The video should be visible. For some reason it's not. It just disappeared into thin air and I'm like, what the fuck? That's never happened before. I check online and I couldn't find it either. I checked on my phone, I couldn't find it. But then for some reason at the end, through a playlist, I found my video, but it's not getting any views. So maybe in some ways it really is shadow banned. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a fucked up situation. So my video is not getting any views right now. It's got 15 views, which is like nothing. So I don't know. I filmed all that for nothing basically. I have no idea why is this shadow banned, but it is shadow banned. So yeah, my last couple of videos also got really bad performance. Maybe, I don't know. So we left. I went to my cousin's place. My brother showed up. After I entered, I heard my brother speaking to my younger cousin, whom I haven't seen in a little while either. By that, I mean maybe, I don't know, 10 months, maybe 9 months-ish, 8 months, 8 to 9 months. Haven't seen my younger cousin in 8 to 9 months. I walked up to that person, and holy balls, who is this guy? Hold up. I am back, like a snack. Yeah, so I walked up to this guy, and this guy has the height, the voice, the haircut, the face shape, the physique of my younger cousin. But that's not the same face. He looked skinnier, and that's like the face is different. And I was like, ooh, he looks different. Like, did he lose weight? Like, am I about to get surprised here? And then he's like, hey, long time no see. And then he shook my hand, and I'm like, hey, and I awkwardly just turned away. I'm like, okay, this is so weird. What is happening? So it turns out that's not my younger cousin, and I have no idea who he is. It turns out I've seen him before, but I just didn't recognize him, or more like, I've met so many people in the last few years that I kind of just forgot about him, unfortunately. That happens. I have great memory, but, you know, I've met too many people. So apparently his name's Evan, and it's funny because he was actually one of the actors in my first short film, Hard Like Soldier. In the swimming pool scenes, he was there. And I've met him like twice in general. I remember he likes a pizza spot in Tin Hau, like that's it. And he plays football with my younger cousin. But I genuinely forgot that he exists, and I genuinely forgot how he looks like, so that's that. Apparently he also speaks with like the same tone, the same cadence, the same accent as my younger cousin. My younger cousin studied in the UK, so he has like a African British accent, like oh my days fam, bomboclat, oh my days, and like, you know, mandims. And so they keep speaking that way today. So my younger cousin joined. So both my younger cousin and this guy, they keep speaking in African British English, like oh my days. And it's so weird and funny. And we had dinner, hot pot dinner, and it's all right. It's mostly meat. I ate quite a bit, but didn't have much to say. And again, my elder cousin, I feel like since I've gone to the US, I've been way more distant from all the people in Hong Kong. Like, when I left Hong Kong on December 25th of 2021, I was prepared to lose everyone, like all my friends and family. So as a result, I started to be more distant from them. So I really have nothing interesting to say to my cousins. Also, given my elder cousin and he has a girlfriend now, and I have this syndrome where I can't normally speak to people who has a romantic partner while I know them. Like, so for instance, somebody like, I don't know, who? Like, for instance, Potter got a girlfriend. Like, when I met Potter, he's still single. So it's like, what the fuck? You know, but if it's someone who already has a girlfriend before I even met them, it's like, okay, we can talk. But I don't know, it's just, we can't really talk too much anymore. My cousins tried to strike up a conversation with me. I also tried to strike up a conversation with him, but at the end of the day, it's mostly dead air and silence. And I know deep in my heart that my cousin doesn't care either, because who cares? Like, he's a very chill guy. He's like, whatever, who cares? And then after dinner, my brother, Evan, and my two cousins played Nintendo Switch together. Mario Smash Bros, I think it's called. I don't know. And they know I don't play the game, but they never asked me anyways, or like, aside from the elder cousin, the other two never asked me, and I was automatically excluded. And they just have fun, and I just look at my phone and scroll through Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram for like an hour straight. And it's kind of pathetic because I keep doing that shit. When I was at my mom's rich friend's place a couple days ago, I was doing the same thing. I was excluded from everyone's group, and I was on my own on the couch, just looking on my phone. Same here. And I realized that it's a little depressing, but it's been 11 days since I've been back in Hong Kong, and honestly, nothing interesting has happened. If it weren't for me filming these videos, talking to myself, I could have just stayed silent 90% of the time. I am disconnected from the world and the people around me and reality. And, you know, it's like, why? And also, it's sad. So, I don't know. It's just, everything's so vapid and almost pointless. It's the exact same feeling I felt last time I came back to Hong Kong from September to December, the 3 months, where it's like, at the end of the day, there's nothing for me here. I'm distant from everyone here. So, there's that. There was a couple of interesting moments. So, when I saw my brother again, my brother told me that apparently he and the friend group he was with when he was sleeping over at my mom's rich friend's house. So this friend group includes a brother and a sister, a girl, the oldest of the group, who's like 3 years younger than me, only 3, and 2 sisters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, 6 kids. Well, they're teenagers, but to me they're kids. They'll forever be children. Like, one of them is even taller than me. It's crazy. So the 2 sisters I just mentioned, the younger sister is taller than the older sister. In many ways, I sympathize with the older sister. Like, now you know what it's like to be the older sibling, okay? Being the shorter one and being the quieter one, I guess. But those 6 siblings, they somehow, one of them somehow, I think it's the brother and sister sibling, the brother found a YouTube recommendation, and it's a video called, and it's my short film, Love and Death. And I guess he somehow found out that it's me. I think it's because the channel name is Enoch Lai, so it's very obvious. I mean, who else is called Enoch in this world? So he clicked on it and he watched it, and somehow the 6 kids watched it together. And according to my brother, they spent like 15 minutes analyzing it, which is flattering. It's cool that people are watching my movies. It's just I never show my short films to my close friends and family because it's embarrassing. Not because I think it sucks, even though I do have imposter syndrome, more so because I don't want to share that part of my identity with them. Like, I don't feel comfortable showing that side of me to my close friends and family, you know? The thing is, like, Love and Death is already tame. Like, it's not super violent and bloody and sexual and disturbing and fucked up. But in the future, I will be making fucked up, disturbing shit. And while I enjoy the fact that people are seeing it, I don't want my close friends and family to see it because that's a side of me I don't want my close friends and family seeing. Right? So it's a little weird. And I'm glad I'll never talk to those kids or see those kids again because fuck, you know. But they did analyze it, and apparently it was pretty well received. Apparently these kids, they somehow enjoyed my short film. It's very artsy and slow, and I was joking. I was like, oh, did they all fall asleep? And it's like, no. So the older one, the older girl, the girl who's like 3 years younger than me, apparently she really liked it. Also, she got a boyfriend, and she's apparently about to start university. What the fuck? You're just a small child. What the? I'm like, okay, they've grown up. I get it. But what is happening? And apparently she liked it. She even said that if she was a couple years older, maybe we could have worked together. Which is like, what? Really? Are you sure? Because she's like a very Christian girl. I mean, it's a very Christian group, but the two sisters also liked it. The brother sister siblings didn't enjoy it very much. The elder brother of the sibling, he only likes action stuff, so he totally did not get it at all. The younger girl liked it a little bit, but it's just really weird. And then they analyzed it. They overanalyzed it. They saw the white flower and they were like, oh, maybe white flower meant like death, like funeral. And I'm like, I didn't even plan that shit out, you know? And then my brother's like, oh, what does the flower mean? And I said, well, a magician never revealed his tricks. And I mean, it means something, but it doesn't mean anything like face value. It's not like flowers equal something. It's more like it's attached to a certain idea. Anyways, and they were analyzing, oh, you know, maybe it's like in the beginning the short film is kind of gray, and you know, and then at the end it becomes colorful, so maybe there's a change there. And I'm like, that's like that. I didn't say anything. I just thought to myself, that's exactly not what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, it's up to people who interpret it. But yeah, it's interesting because like the next short film I'm releasing is like a Buddhist horror film. Like, how are they gonna react to that then? You know, every short film I release, it's something different. So who knows? But yeah, and immediately after that, I was like, oh yeah, short films. I gotta start looking for actors and shit. So I WhatsApped Yao Long, or whoever is behind that WhatsApp account, if it's not him. I asked him if he's interested in joining another short film that I'm planning on making. And almost immediately he's like, yeah, sure. Okay, that works. So is that a yes? I don't know. I'll have to talk to them a little more to see if it's an actual yes, but yeah. Getting an actor, the old man, is definitely very much required. I'm once again at a stage where, you know, I am about 3 weeks away from making the short film, and it's beginning to look like it may not be possible, simply because I don't have the actor. But the thing is, this time around it's much easier. I have all the locations. Look at this room. I have a producer guy who seems to be very confident at what he's doing. I got a camera that works. I know where to look for a microphone and a tripod and a gimbal. All I need is some actors, and then I can pull it off. So this time around, I'm definitely more confident. Whereas for Love and Death, it was the worst pre-production ever. Like, I was on the verge of death. But this one, it's a bit better, but it's like, oh, I hate that I'm producing it. I hate that I'm the one behind it all, and I have to do something myself. So, who knows? That's one thing. After I came back home, took a quick shower, and then I edited with Tova from 11:45? No, from 11:15. From 11:20. From 11:20 to like 1:45. Wow, that was like more than 2 hours. Wow, I didn't realize that. And it went really well. Like, I genuinely thought my laptop would just crash. But my laptop didn't crash. It was a little laggy, but it was bearable, and we actually had some good progress, and we actually edited till nearly 5 minutes, which is great, and remarkable pace, remarkable progress, and it was really satisfying. It's interesting. Like, I feel more comfortable talking to Tova, a black girl, than like my own cousins. Like, I'm at that stage now, I guess. I just like, I don't know, I feel more connected to people of the LA side in terms of like, we trauma bonded, we survived shit together. So yeah. But yeah, that's it. I do want to do that Facebook post to look for an actor, but it's already too fucking late. I'm gonna watch Haikyuu right now as much as I can. I won't watch Priscilla. I don't think I can watch Priscilla tomorrow either, because fuck me. I have to go to Baptist University to watch some short films, to watch some student shorts, because I agreed to do that. And then, yeah, and then that's it. And then, I'm gonna wake up a little early. I'm gonna set an alarm, actually. I'm gonna wake up a little early so that at least I could film a review or two in the morning and maybe watch some more anime. But fuck me, I keep running out of time. It's not even funny. But yeah. 11 days and it feels like nothing's happened. Other than the concert thing with my mom's company, but that meant nothing other than money. But I'm excited to hang out with Leah and have lunch or dinner with her, or both. At least that's that. And also short film. Again, I came back to Hong Kong for two things. One is family, the other is film. Family I just saw, so what's left is the film. So that's the main goal. Everything else is just side dishes to me, which is depressing. And I don't know why is my life so depressing, but it is what it is, and I'll survive it, and then I'll move on to USC again, and I'll be back to the battlefield, you know. I'm gonna join a journal. I'm gonna try to find a job on campus. I'm gonna do more club shit. I'm gonna do more short film shit, new classes, meet more people, maybe interesting people, who knows. But yeah.